साइंस एक वेपन बन गया है. It is used to push someone else's agenda rather than to discover any truth. See, I don't have any problem with science itself, but I have a problem with the people who uses science to push their own personal agenda. Whereas we blindly believe whenever someone comes up with something and just use the word scientific. And at that moment, we discard the thousands and thousands of tradition that has been passed down by our ancestors into a fucking dustbin. कभी सोचा है how did tradition come into the picture? Why I'm saying this is because take Ayurveda for example. In that, few practices like using turmeric, doing intermittent fasting, oil pulling, all these kind of things were one considered unscientific because science at the time was not able to prove it, and people used it as a weapon to discard this particular thing and call it unscientific and pseudoscience is what that they call it. And now we're able to see exactly what that holds and what benefit that consists of. Because science by basic definition is to be able to prove anything or discover anything based upon any evidence. Because a true science does not disregard it just because it can't prove it. It just means at that particular moment it doesn't equip anything which could have proven it or disproven it. But there are these few people who are concerned more about being right than actually discovering the truth. And to prove my point further, बहुत लोग बहुत रिसर्च पेपर्स कोट करते रहते हैं कि इस रिसर्च पेपर में ऐसे लिखा गया है सो इट मस्ट बी ट्रू. बट हियर मी आउट, नॉट ऑल रिसर्च पेपर्स बट most of the research papers nowadays are being funded and the result is being manipulated. And I'm not saying this. It is said by the editor of New England Journal of Medicine, an insider. Now it itself proves that it's not a conspiracy but the truth.